Chance's album. Damn, disappointment, dude. Chance's album was such a disappointment. And it's frustrating because he's good. He's a good, talented artist. And the thing that he dropped was just not that good. And it wasn't even terrible. It was just like not good. And when you expect really good results from it, and then he gives you that like mediocre, it almost feels worse than just bad. And I don't even know. It's like some of his bars felt like he phoned it in. And I'm not one of those people. Like, I don't care. He can say he loves his wife and all that. Like, that's awesome. In fact, I'm a fan of him being like that open about it and being that like shameless with how much he loves her. That's awesome. Powerful. More power to you. But you could have still wrote better bars though. You could have had that message and still wrote better bars. And the production just wasn't even like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like, it didn't blow me away. There wasn't any beats that like stood out to me. I think my favorite song on the whole thing is I Love You Always or Forever. Fucking, I can't even remember. This is how not good the album was, is that I don't even fucking commit the shit to memory. But there was like some song where it's like I Got You Forever and Always, something like that. It features like Ari Lennox and some other artists, and it's good. The hook is good. It's catchy. It almost sounds like it's from the 90s. I really liked it, but there weren't that many highlights on the album, and I love Chance, so I'm like disappointed that like I'm like, damn, Chance, you know, I know you're capable of more. And the fact that this is the one that he considers his like debut album, like, dude, Coloring Book was your debut album. Just leave it at that. I've been listening to a few different things in terms of the music. I recently was listening to Pell, and I had heard Pell before on Brass Tracks, which I don't know if I've ever talked about Brass Tracks, but they're fucking awesome. They've got some really good songs. You should check out their EPs. Maybe I'll link them in the description. But Pell was on one of them. It was on this song called Vibrant. And so I kind of knew the name, and Apple Music had suggested a song on his album or something from it. And so I was like, oh shit, okay. So I like that. I like that song. I like that. I like his vibe. So let me listen to the rest of the album. The whole album is dope, dude. The whole album is like super dope. And I think there's a lot of really catchy songs on it, and the production's really good. So like I listen to an album like that, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And then I listen to Chance's, and Chance is way bigger than Pell. Pell's a fucking nobody compared to Chance. And then Chance's album was that disappointing. I'm like, fuck. And I don't know. I mean, I've been listening to a lot of things that aren't necessarily hip hop lately, and more like R&B or like jazzy, and I've really been enjoying that. And it's funny because like my dad is so like a jazz, like he loves like that kind of music, and I feel like I'm in some ways becoming my dad with that kind of stuff, and like the type of music that I like to value. And obviously I have a more millennial perspective on the type of music I'm listening to, and I have a sheer exposure to more music than, you know, any previous generation ever did, because you have things like Spotify and Apple Music and SoundCloud to be able to expose you to all these different artists that you never would have heard of before, when you had to rely on literally a physical disc being given to you. And that's cool. I mean, this is why I think we're in a second renaissance of things, because you're seeing art being disseminated through the speed of light in the internet. Then you're seeing music being disseminated through speed of light in the internet. And you're seeing all these things that are now anybody with a decent microphone or anybody with a decent camera or anybody with a decent phone can fucking make a podcast. I'm shooting this podcast on my phone. I've gotten so many comments lately of people thinking that I have a team. I'm like, dude, what team? It's just me. I literally am the one who records all of this shit. I set up the lights, I record it, I edit it. You know, there is no team. I'd love to have a team. If anybody wants to be on my team to help me make this, more power to you. I would love it. And if I get to a point where I could pay you, I would love to pay you. But at the moment, it's just me doing this. And this is the power. Now, is this hard? Is this taking a lot of time and dedication? Yes. This takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of time. I spend hours editing these things. And it's just because it's not because it's hard. It's because it's just a long form piece of content. So it's a lot of editing. Luckily these solos episodes are a lot easier because I don't really have to edit them as much as just, cut up the snippets. But like all of those things are things that we we take for granted. We don't realize just how much power we have with the tools that we have available to us, and we kind of don't really see some of the tools that we have as genuine, viable options for creation. And I think we're going to start seeing more and more prosumers, as fucking the people call it, where, you're not just consuming the content, you're also creating it. And I love the idea of more and more people creating content, more and more people creating different things, using their creativity and allowing themselves to unlock the full potential that they have at their disposal. And even in things that aren't art, different trades and skills that you can genuinely market and get a following online, and I think that that's really cool. So I really want more people to just be them and be authentically them. No more facades, no more fake social media versions of yourself. Just fucking be you, be present, and spend time with the people you love and do the things that you like doing. And if you're not doing the things that you like doing, then you need to change something so that you can do it. Because if you're spending, like Alan Watts said, if you spend all day doing things you don't like doing, that is to go on living, to go on doing things you don't like doing, that's stupid. It's literally stupid. You're spending your entire time doing something you don't like doing to make money, to then go on to do what? You don't even then get that time back because you traded time for money. And sometimes you got to trade time for money. It's part of life. But then there are other times where don't take that trade. Take the time back. Spend it how you want it. You'll get the money later. Okay, I'm done. Bye, everybody.